Hello community, I hope this video finds you well. For this week's video, I'd like to talk about the word trauma. This word trauma has many different meanings for all of us. And from a somatic point of view, and whenever I've used the word trauma, I'm coming from a place of the nervous system. So anytime our nervous system is in overwhelm, we are experiencing a level of trauma to this biointelligent organism that we are. And through the somatic work of truly landing in our bones by softening the resistance, the chronic tension patterns, the fascial interruptions that a lot of us have, we can land more and more into our bones. And when we land in our bones, the level of gravity that we feel in our bones, we want to sense this through proprioception, which is our ability to self-sense. It's in the fascia, right? So instead of viewing ourselves or thinking of ourselves from the outside in, thinking of direct perception, and I've spoken about this before, we want to sense ourselves through proprioception, which is our internal it's our internal sensing system of being able to locate in time and space in this moment. So when we are in our bones and we're accessing proprioception, direct perception of what's there, sensing through the tissue from the inside out, we are now able to land and locate and bring ourselves more and more into the present moment and allow the nervous system to adapt to a new rhythm and a new vibration. There is a rhythm in our bones. It's different than the breath. It's underneath the breath. It is very subtle, but as we practice, we can truly learn to sense this. So self-sensing is part of somatic intelligence. In order to do this, we have to slow it down, right? Just like any other modality of growth and evolution, it begins with slowing things down. And we want to follow the pleasure sensations. The pleasure state is called the opioid state. And often we don't have a good relationship with pleasure, right? We were kind of taught that this was frivolous or maybe silly or just not important or a luxury, so to speak. But we're starting to really learn to redefine this. And in order to get into the pleasure state, we have to give words to this word pleasure, these sensations that we experience when we go inside. So part of this somatic journey is to start to follow your pleasurable sensations and start to begin to give words, descriptive words to the pleasure sensation in order to expand this opioid state so that we can come back to this birthright that we all have of this biointelligent organism working in an optimal state. So it takes the psychology out of it, I'd like to share, which is sometimes very nice because the psychology can get very layered and very confusing, and sometimes it can feel like it's just a big hole that we get wrapped up in. But if we address trauma through the body and just enter the nervous system, allow the bones to land, developing this relationship with Earth and co regulating with Earth, and start to follow the pleasure sensations in order to expand this opioid state, in order to bring ourselves back to this wondrous, intelligent system that we all are. So I hope this helps, and I'd love to hear your feedback as always. So slow it down and follow the pleasure sensations and start to think about words, adjective words, a descriptive words to describe that pleasure sensation so that we can begin to track it and see what happens. Have a beautiful week.